Also, Kira's here.
Let's get this thing started.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White rap for the beat, though.
Hey, welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. It's your host, your main man, your Couch Rider Raven, Jermaine Lockett. It's my co-host over here, Cameron. Not Camru.
I am back.
He's back, y'all. He's back. After a long school year, he has been allowed to rejoin the show, so he is very excited to be here. Y'all, say what's up to Cameron.
What's up, Delicious?
Delicious is in the building. He said, "What's up, Couch Rider? Young Cam and Cam ready to say, glad to see y'all. Glad to see you too, man. Hey, sorry we've been away for a bit. We've been away for a little while because, well, who knew that a master's degree program would be just so mentally draining? I mean, I guess probably everybody knew. I just did not at the time. I just had no clue that it would be draining. And of course, summertime. The kids, you can blame this one for the show the other night because she said, "Hey, Daddy, did you want to sit with me and watch a movie or something like that?" Just as I'm getting ready to get the show ready, and I was like, "I'm fine." I couldn't turn that down. I'm sorry, y'all. I had the priorities and stuff, But yes, the master's program, I'm almost done. I still got a whole month left, and I know I've been ticking this guy off. He's here. He's on time, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen. The one, the myth, the legend, the Barry White of rap. I give you Camru.
Wait, you never told
me that
Barry White of rap.
What's up? What you say?
They say what's up. The kids say what's up.
What's up, man?
Can you hear them okay?
Yeah. Are they out of school yet?
Oh yeah, school's over. Yeah, they've been out for the last month? Whole month.
And Greg, what's happening? Nana Ray.
Hey, Graven is in the building, y'all. What's good?
Yeah, during the school year, I wasn't even allowed to sleep down here when there was a show because I couldn't fall asleep when there was a show going.
Well, it was a little too much fun going on. So
why couldn't you just do the show and say no?
Anywho, so there's a few people that were in the room before we even got started. I want to give them a shout out. So it's Lisa. Appreciate you being here. She's got some questions already. She's ready to jump right into it. We're going to get to it, Lisa. We're going to get to it. Nana was good. We're going to get to it. I promise you. We're going to get to this whole thing. They got it. They had a full-on dialogue before the show even started. So.
Who?
Huh?
Who?
Oh, it was Lisa and Nana. They had a dialogue before. And they say you on time, so that's good.
I got a squishmallow today.
I got lucky today.
Our soda funds.
Okay. Yeah, Cameron wants to know that any donations made will go to his soda fund as usual. Let's see, because I think he's doing okay business wise. Hey, Diaz is in the room. Wilbur's in the room. Oh, here it is. The shade time. Looks like Cam is in the dark, just like the Ravens trying to figure out how to throw with him.
I got kicked
with
out
Lamar. You was totally on the I Stand with Lamar campaign just a couple weeks ago, bro. Come on.
I got kicked out my room. My family's here. My parents up here. So
I got a squishmallow today.
There was a lot of people I missed on this show, but you were one of the ones that I didn't.
Cameron, you the man.
All right, be careful. Okay. All right. So here we are. Brooke is here. She's in the building. She's a little late, but it's okay.
Hey,
Brooke, we are on a short time frame. We need the time set to 30 minutes. probably 25 because we have already spent 5 minutes of it. We will
They
jump
watch.
into our motivational
They
thoughts
ain't even
before
thinking
we
about me.
get going.
You heard me?
What you say? What you
So they
say?
watch TV. I have no television. Everything's taken over. They watch TV. They ain't about me.
Okay. So they ain't worried about you. Okay, we good then. All right. So 45 minutes, Rooks. 45. So,
Go ahead.
all right. So check it out. We got, let me take this comment off and we'll check on these. We'll pay those bills in just a second. Want to get to our motivational. Just want to say, first of all, happy belated Father's Day to all you fathers out there. We really appreciate those who stepped up to the plate to be those fathers. It really takes a warrior. It takes somebody to really take initiative to be a father. You can't just sit there on the couch the whole time and be a father. You have to be able to get up and take that initiative and do those things to help groom your children and to be that special glue that helps hold a family together. It takes initiative to be a father. So all you fathers out there, we say, hey, we appreciate your salute. You do a lot for your family, and hopefully you were taken care of this Sunday and appreciated. I know I was. So you check out this shirt right here. I've got I've been nerding it out lately, like a lot. So this
Yeah,
is
it's kind of
this is a
inappropriate.
D&D shirt. They can't see the bottom, so
Yeah,
but
just don't.
if
Just
for those of
make
you who
sure
play
that-
D&D, like if you roll a 1, you get a little frustrated on the D20 dice or whatever. So yeah, so my wife got that for me, and she got me a new set of headphones because
Which I am going to be stealing that shirt from time to time.
he'll be able to steal it anyway. But yeah, so they got me new headphones, they got me a nice shirt, they got me some other gifts with a lot of gummies. So if you see me snacking on gummies tonight, you can blame the spouse for that. Good times.
All good.
All right, so
And I will
into
be stealing some of those as well.
today's motivational theme.
What's
So
up, brother?
sometimes, thanks to technology or lack of technology back in the day, some people didn't get the message, or maybe they just didn't care to hear the message to know about the Emancipation Proclamation. And because of that, we weren't celebrating January 1st with everybody else that was freed by that proclamation. And of course, the message came out a little bit later, and it had to be a little bit more forceful in order for that message to be received. But we are grateful. We are grateful for Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a day of action. It's a day that inspires us to work towards a more and equitable future for everyone. And it's so do not. So my message today is don't let that past hold you down. Learn from it. We definitely need to go back and learn our history, but we need to be looking forward to our future and recognize that because the people that sacrificed, that fought for our rights in the past allows us to pave our own future. Nothing annoys me more than when someone looks at the circumstances of their situation based on their skin color and tries to use that as a crutch instead of actually going out and grinding for what they deserve. Go get yours. Be proud of who you are and what your purpose is in life, and then go forth and go get it. Because only person stopping you is you from what you need to achieve in your life. And it's because those people behind us, before us, paid the price. So thank you all for recognizing Juneteenth, for celebrating it, and for recognizing, hey, we're here. We're not back there. That is your motivational thought for today. Oh, Delicious, we appreciate you. I didn't even recognize. He said, go get them sodas, man. That's you. You got something to say? Okay, yeah, he says thanks, man. He didn't say it very loud, but he said thanks. Devin Dukes is in the building. He said, "What's up, Couch Rider? What's up, Cam Roof? What's up, Flock?"
Yo, brother.
Oh, I mean, Devin's got to get to know you, man. He ain't seen you. All right, so Brooke says, "Happy belated Father's Day, Jimmy." I'm gonna hurt you, Brooke.
Is this still from back when? And I.
Yes, it's because you started on this. Anywho, this dude. It's good times. All right, so of course,
like a year ago.
shout out to you, to each of you. I didn't even check how many subs we had. We probably lost a couple because haven't been consistent on the show lately, but that's all right.
We need to get him to.
We lost one sub. It's okay. So we are at 100. It's gonna be 1,187 subs. We're still getting there. Like I said, we still gotta get them 13 subs, get over there to 1,200. But you know what? I'd rather have the quality. We got good quality in the room, so I appreciate each one of y'all being here. And Brooke is saying hello, Cameron.
Hi.
Yeah, Big Reg is in the building. Said, "What's good, everyone?"
Reg, what's happening, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a different person because this last time I was on the show, it was just Big Greg. I mean, Big Greg. And now it's living in Big with this Big Greg.
Well, he's changed his name because he has a show.
Oh.
Gotta subscribe to that.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Big Reggie's show because I think he does stuff on Thursday nights, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So we look for those opportunities to hop on his show.
Watch it. I watch it.
That's what's up. All right, so we gotta pay 2 more bills and then we'll get started on our topic here. Rose says the one sub you lost was Mahomes because he's not better than Baker. I think that was a shot at you.
Well, there was a lot of views that I missed, but you were the only one that I didn't.
He told me, Wilbur.
Shots fired at you, Wilbur. Shots fired. Shots fired at you, Wilbur.
All right, so let's see. Jose was good. All right, so here you got a couple people laughing at you, laughing with you, son. All right, here we go. Let's move into it, man. We tripping. All right, J.K. Dobbins, to pay or not to pay?
Obviously,
That
to pay.
is the question. You're saying obvious to pay, but why? Why are we paying this guy?
He is one of the fastest guys in the NFL, other than Tyreek.
I don't know about all that, but I mean, I think he's a pretty solid running back. I think when it comes to JK, I can see both sides of the argument right now because of course, mandatory minicamps. The dude's like, hey, man, I'm not down with this. Y'all ain't paying me. I'm paying $1.3 million a year when I feel like I'm worth a little bit more. I feel like, he's probably like, hey, on the last, 4 games that he was active, this dude was averaging over 8 yards a carry. He's got 3 of those games. He went over 100, I think over 120 some yards in 3 of those games, or it was over 115 yards in 3 of those games, one of them being a playoff game. I feel like that's where his stance is right there. Then, of course, Baltimore comes to the table, and they're like, hey, man, why you in that camp? Like, you still on the contract for the rookie year, whatever like that. You haven't given us full healthy seasons. Yes. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit subscribe, smack that bell so you know what's going down. Anyway, so I imagine Baltimore coming to the table and them thinking like, hey, man, you ain't give us, you hadn't been fully healthy. You had the ACL, you had the cleanup. So we've only been able to see like 2 seasons, but not full seasons of out of you. And you hadn't got over 1,000 yards yet. So, of course, JK probably coming back like, hey, man, it's not about what I did. It's about what I'm going to do. It's what I'm going to give you. And y'all need to pay me. What do you think, man?
I love JK, but
I understand his
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm be honest with you. I'm kind of nervous. I'm not nervous. I keep freezing over here. I'm all frozen. Am I frozen again?
Yeah, you froze, man. You froze with your hands in the prayer position.
Yeah. Looking like I'm high. I don't know what.
But, yeah, you good now. You good.
Thank you for whoever just super chatted.
Who's super chat? My super chat.
I heard the ding, which
No, the ding, that was Cameron's phone. Anyway, keep going.
Okay.
You were saying you gonna be honest with us?
I understand where he's coming from because this is his fourth year. He want to get paid because he's worried, like he's been injured. and you can't say the injury is his fault. It's the injury is his fault, but it's not his fault. But it don't matter. Look, it's part of
Yeah.
the business.
Yeah, your best ability is your availability.
Exactly. So that's what it comes down to, availability. And the only reason I got a feeling that he may not be here is because he wants to get paid, and you really don't have the stake to hold out when you haven't played the full season other than your rookie year. You know what I mean? So if he played his rookie year, I don't know why I keep freezing. If he played his rookie year, then I can understand where, I mean, not if he played his rookie year, but if he played out like 2 of the 3 years, maybe if last year, say he played all, the whole season and he balled out, then I can see it. But you don't have enough leverage, bro. He's been out. Statistically, he's missed more games than he's played in the NFL. So how I'm really gonna pay you? I can't pay you thinking that you're gonna be there. Now, you may be. I can understand. I want to play. I don't want to practice in mini camp because God forbid something happens here. So I'm just gonna hold myself together. Okay, that's fine. But I'll be ready for training camp. If that's what he's doing, then that's what he's doing. But at the same time, you need to work. You know what I mean? You need to work. Kevin Zeitler is out there, and he won a new contract, but he's working.
Yeah, he gonna get that. He gonna get that contract because he been out there grinding. He been out there for the team.
Exactly. So I don't know what it is. So part of it's him. Another part is whoever your agent is telling you, like, just be cool, come here, do the workouts, go to the meetings, but don't go on the field to the training camp. It's not like you can't get hurt in training camp. So that's
I don't even think it's about the whole injury thing, the future potential injury thing.
Yeah.
This is about the money for him anyway. This is about him getting his bag because he's looking at the precedent.
That's my thing. Where's the voice coming from? Is it coming from his agent, or is it coming from him? Because if I'm his agent, I'm like, take care. I understand you will get paid, but this gotta be your year to ball out because you have not played. You only played one full season. It's your rookie year. And I understand the second year was a freak accident because Bozeman didn't get the block. That's one. Number two,
agents don't matter, or the players are more important than the agents. A NFL football player can go without an agent, and they can decide things for themselves.
Hold on, Skip. Now just set Skip. Son, agents are very important. Agents are voices of reason at times, especially in times like this, when you have a player that is like thinking, "Oh, I should get paid," even though I haven't really been there for the team. The agent can be that mediator. They can be that person that can be that voice of reason and say, "Hey, look, you know what? I know you're going to get paid, but did you clean your room? Were you available to clean your room, or were you outside selling necklaces?"
Did you clean your room? Did you clean your room, Cameron?
Yeah, did you clean your room? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, is it clean?
You got awfully quiet over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got quiet. So of course, before we would go to the table to try and negotiate with mom over what you should get for an allowance. So I'll be like, oh man, if I was you as your agent, I would go clean my room and then show mom that the room has been cleaned all week long. And then I could go to the table to mom and say, hey mom, he earned about $5-10 per week because he kept his room clean for like the last 2 weeks. What we saying is JK ain't been there to clean the room.
Cameron, let me give you a trick of the trade. Do everything before you've been told, and you'll get a raise in your allowance. Don't wait till mom.
I don't have an allowance.
Brooke over here giving you bad advice. Brooke says, "Say no comment."
Whose side are you on?
My bad. I thought you get an allowance, Cameron. You gotta talk to your father about that. What kind of agent are you?
Well, it puts a limit on how much I can spend, and no matter how much I earn it puts a limit on how much I can spend.
Anyway, let's see here. We're back to Nana. Nana says JK definitely needs to get his act together because our team has had enough drama, and my patience is just about shot with the drama for real.
Yeah,
Lisa loves you. She says Cameron is an absolute doll. Yeah. So what we're
helping this young man. He got to learn to get his money. Let him. You got to earn your money, Cameron. Earn it. Clean that room, sir.
You got to clean the room. So JK got to be there to clean his room, to be able to perform. That's what we're saying right now. Because right now, all we're looking at
hold on. We
what?
get the answer. Hold on, guys. Cameron.
What's up?
Did you clean your room, Cameron? We waiting on the answer, sir. We all waiting. Did you clean your room?
It's almost clean.
Oh.
He is a J.K. Dobbins boat. That was almost there for complete seasons. I almost got 1,000 yards my first season, but I got 9 touchdowns in my first year. And I got like 520 yards in 2022.
I clean the room,
I
Cam.
almost folded all my clothes.
I clean the room, Cam.
We give you crap. He was sweating. You see it just sweating.
Brooke is Cameron's agent. Brooke says she's gonna be his agent.
She says she Cameron's agent. He has no comment. So of course, if I'm Eric DeCosta, man, I'm like legit coming to the table, and I'm just gonna have to bring half the internet with me because there's all these trolls out there, and there's these people who are putting these stat tables together. They're putting these top 10 lists together. They're putting these averages per year together. So if we're looking at the rankings amongst the running backs, where are we putting J.K. Dobbins on this top 10 list because they actually snubbed him on this list. So it says rankings amongst the top running backs in the league. This is according to Pro Football Focus. So this is.
You think he got snubbed?
He's not on the list. I think he didn't get snubbed. I think he has to perform and actually to be on this list. So this is kind of where me if I'm Eric DeCosta, I come to the table and say, you want to get paid, you want top dollar. And apparently that's we don't know if he wants top dollar, but I'm assuming if he wants top dollar, I'm saying here's the top salaries. Okay, here's the top salaries in the league. First of all, we got McCaffrey, who this is where he would have president to argue. Because the top 3 paid running backs in the league right now are probably some of the most injured running backs in the league right now. Christian McCaffrey getting $16 million. We already know he get broke after 3 games and destroys everybody in their mom's fantasy football hopes and dreams. We know that's just the norm. Then you got $15 million.
Huh? Hold on, before you go any further, I'm gonna justify McCaffrey for one reason.
Okay.
I'm gonna justify him, and I'm gonna justify Saquon. If you the whole offense, it's bound to happen. When he was at Carolina,
you gotta have balance.
When he was at Carolina, he was the whole offense, right?
Yep.
He gonna be good at San Fran, bro. He don't have to be the whole offense, so he'll be fine. But again. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's trust, man. It's like, yeah, he was the whole offense, but at the same time, what have we seen? Every time we get excited, we see all this flair, this phenomenal runs, this amazing jukes. I mean, agility, you name it. Chris McCaffrey has shown it, but he's also shown those injuries. And with the 49ers, we may see something different. He got his bag, and then there's another guy. Same thing. Alvin Kamara. Flash, flair, just phenomenal agility, stability, just being able to have that balance, stay on his feet through these tackles and continue to keep those legs churning. Dalvin Cook, tons of flash. I don't know where he's working next. But they, of course, one of the salaries for him before he got cut was $12.6 million. Henry, $12.5 million. Chubb, $12.2 million. Now those bottom 2, I'd say those are more consistent than the top 3. But Dobbins, if he gets a contract, is he going to get somewhere around that type of money?
No, I think I think that maybe he's looking for an extension of a year to prove himself. That's what I kind of think that he's trying to do, because he's not, again, as much as I think Dobbins is like, he got it. I wouldn't give him no money until I know that he can play the whole year. I mean, after that knee injury, that was a horrible knee injury, bro. Like, he looked good. Don't get me wrong, he looked good when he came back, but he wasn't able to explode like he needs to. So until I'm able to see that on the field, how you gonna pay him? You know, you
That was
know.
Big Reg saying good night. Night, Reg. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I feel like he needs to have an incentive type contract. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
like if,
stay healthy 7 games this year,
yeah,
then that should be a milestone. You give me 1,000 yards this season, I'm giving you $3 million. Like, you give me 3 million. You just because you hit that milestone of 7 games,
right.
here's $750,000.
Like
You give
and
me
it,
yards, 3 million.
and it doesn't even have to be on the contract he has right now. Ask for, like, if anything, if he open up, like, if he asks for maybe 2 years, on top of the year that he has, then he has some type of security, and then
Or
maybe
even in 2 years, $16 million. I mean, I know we don't want to let this
it's
guy
hard
go.
to go back and get the bag when you're running back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so is he going? Will it be a devalue if he try to go back and get the bag? Later. Like, I say, just play. His best bet is to play this year out,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see what happens with Saquon. Let's see what happens with everybody. Because look, you still got to pay Justin Madubuike. Still got to pay if you're gonna keep him. If you're gonna keep PQ, you got to pay him.
Yep.
If you're gonna keep um, Kevin Zeitler, you got to pay him. Some of those deals will get done during the season, as we know. Some of them won't get done during the season, right?
Yep.
Um,
It's gonna go all the way through the season. And the thing is, depending on how we do, if the Ravens go deep into the playoffs, these agents gonna start banging the table and saying, "My guy's the reason you got there." And Chris is saying, "Nah, don't pay that man."
I mean, I don't want to see him go, but
Anyone wants to
we
buy
ain't
a necklace
All
for
right,
me?
now,
we got to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? You got to make a decision. Like, it's a lot of people that got to be paid right now. Like, what you gonna do? You got to try to do something. I know where your
Yep.
heart is. Like, just go out there and ball out, man. Ball out, and hopefully the chips fall where they may, or ball out, and maybe you can revisit the table during that time during the season. Don't hold out and say, like, you trying to make a statement right now. What statement you making? You just right now you trying to get. You need to be trying to build some chemistry with this new offense. I mean,
Absolutely, because I mean, if anybody who was not talked about this offseason, it was the running back position,
yeah,
and it's got to be a little scary for me. Honestly, if I'm sitting here, if I'm the running back and I'm looking at a coordinator that comes in that is versatile but has had history of producing 1,500-yard wide receivers, and that can amplify a passing attack, and Baltimore has brought in five, or excuse me, now they have 5 first-round wide receivers, uh, and they brought in a top caliber celebrity type in Odell Beckham, drafted a first round speedster dominant type of AB, almost duplicate but faster type wide receiver in Zay. I'm kind of like, hey, what about me? Did y'all do anything to bolster what I can do? Like, I would be a little bit ticked off because they hadn't said anything about, hey, we are going to still make this running attack dominant.
well, they said
Damn, they want to focus on the pass attack, right?
well, they did say that, but they also said that Monk was like he did enjoy it. Like, he loves the running game, like, as far as the concepts. You know what I mean? So I'm sure we still gonna be a run first team in a lot of ways, but the passing, the whole passing concept is like totally different. So it's gonna open up the doors. Everything should open up. So everything what we've been asking for all these years, it should be able to complement each other. It should be some form of balance. Maybe 50-50 or 60-40. I don't know which way is which. But it
What do you
should
think?
open.
Baltimore gonna pass more, or we're gonna run more?
Uh, well, I honestly, yeah, if I were in China, and I would say that, uh, like, I don't want them to pass this stuff, and but they're gonna pass Dobbins.
So he's saying we're gonna get rid of Dobbins. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, he's saying we're getting rid of Dobbins, and was that because we're gonna pass more, or is that just because Dobbins is for himself right now, and not necessarily for the team?
Because Dobbins is for himself right now, not necessarily for the team.
Okay. So he's about his bag right now. I think once he gets back into camp, once they get something locked in, he'll be a little bit more towards the team and trying to focus on what this offense is going to look like. But right now, I think he's like more focused on it's a balance of financial security or whatever, because right now he is going into this year making $1.4 million a year, which, I mean, should he get hurt, yeah, it's going to be an issue. But at the same time, like, you got to earn this bag. And he ain't earned that thing yet. Let's pay some bills right quick. So now it says, exactly, and the Ravens will let JK go in a heartbeat and stay off of Twitter for goodness sake.
Okay, which Cam are you talking about?
What did he say on Twitter? I can't remember what he said recently.
Huh?
What did he J.K. Dobbins say on Twitter?
The whole thing with the contract, something I gotta get paid. Then he said he want to be in Baltimore for the rest of his career. I don't even half of the time I don't even think these players are writing this stuff. I think they got somebody else writing for them, and then that's why they always going back and doing foolery. But
yeah, I think some of them actually do get them itchy Twitter fingers in the second. Huh?
I just think they just doing too much. Like, you expressing yourself too much. Like, bro, we want you here. They want you here. They obviously want you here because they've been trying to show you that they want you here. That's one. Number two, it's just too much. Like, right now, why would you even bother to do that? Like, you should have been out there showing the coach what you can do, but yet you got. I think everybody's been talking about Mitchell. And Justice Hill has been out there. Gus is working his way back in there. Why isn't JK out there? Why are you not out there? I mean, because you're about to make it very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 15 more minutes. We do 15 more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can I say that now?
Sorry.
Okay, Cameron wants to, in the middle of this, here's his advertisement. Go ahead.
If you want me to make you a necklace, just super chat $5 and say the colors you want.
All right. So Cameron basically is going to be making necklaces for people who super chat or whatever. If you want a necklace, put the colors you want. Actually, just DM, private message me on Facebook or whatever, or on Twitter, and Cameron will get that to you. Anyway, back to the program here. We are talking about the series of tweets that he had, real emotional. So he did leave it out there like it was one of those little strategic moves that people are doing nowadays. Like, oh, yeah, I want to be in Baltimore, but, I don't know if that's going to happen type of deal. And it's based on –
you're getting real soft, man. It's that moist word about to come out. Come on.
He about to say it again, y'all. So, yes, people get emotional when it comes to –
too sweet.
That's where you really need an agent is when it comes to your social media. Because if you could get that representative to handle your social media, and this is where a media communications expert will come in handy. Because the second you get itchy with the Twitter fingers and you got lots of money on the line, one or two tweets can ruin things for you as in an organization.
But I think saying,
what's up?
He was just on the news after camp was over, and they were talking to him. He said part of the reason he didn't do anything is because of because of Cam. Like he was holding in more or less, and holding out. Yeah, you know what it is. She,
Dad, why
unless you know what it is, bro. I can't take it, man. I can't take the softness, man.
don't you try to
I'm dealing too well with the softness, man. Anyway, he was holding in instead of, so he was there. So part of it was contractual. That's why he didn't practice. So I don't know who. I don't know. You need to fire your agent, man. Your agent should have told you, like, bro, get out there and work. They gonna take care of you if you work.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what DeCosta is sitting there trying to tell her. Like, look, come on out, be that team player, come to work. We're gonna make sure you get paid. I think they like the player. They have insurance. Should something go down,
You be in Minnesota, you get Donnell Hunter. We get Hunter back. You heard me? You heard
What's up? What you say?
We gonna get a notification. The Ravens then traded J.K. to Minnesota for Hunter. Like I could see it happening, man, because I could just see it happen. I could see it man. This it's hurting my feelings right now. I'm a big J.K. fan. I've been a big fan of him since he was at Old State. Hurt my feelings.
I think the way things are looking, I can see Gus getting an extension and JK not getting the extension. Plus, next year, let's just say if everything rolls out exactly how it's rolled out right now, we don't do if JK doesn't get paid and Gus doesn't get paid, the running backs on the roster will be Justice Hill because he's the only one with a deal through next year on the roster. And then you got Keaton Mitchell, who everybody's kind of getting excited about as Baltimore Ravens fans. And then here's a guy who scored 20 touchdowns in 2 years in college in Owen Wright. Y'all like, where the heck is Owen Wright come from? From Monmouth University. So he's picked up off the street, and we're going to see him shine in camp and in preseason. And if Baltimore gets a little bit, if the fans start leaning in this direction away from JK and start to see like what Keaton Mitchell truly is, and actually what Justice Hill is in open space on third down.
Those space eaters, bro. Mitchell was all. If you seen his highlights, you've seen his highlights at East Carolina. If I'm not mistaken, did he break? What's my man that used to play for Tennessee, Johnson? Did he break his records? Because he went to East Carolina too.
I am not sure. I think he tore it loose over there. This guy, he actually had 25 touchdowns, 3,027 yards, and 6.5 yards per carry, and that was through 3 years when he was in college. That was Keaton Mitchell.
Brooke is right. He asked for $60 million for 2 years. Is that what you're saying, Anna Ray? Is that what he asked for?
No. 6.5 yards per carry is Keaton Mitchell.
Nana Ray put up 2 years for $16 million.
Oh, okay.
Is that what he asked for?
Oh, that is something that I suggested.
Okay.
Because I'm like, if we were to try and keep this guy at 8 point, because we're looking at the top salaries right now, 16 mils for the top guy, right? Chop that number in half, offer it to him, see if he'll take that, or build incentive busters. Like I said, all the way through that equal up to that $8 million. That way we can be like, hey, you earned this $8 million. And then if he met all the milestones for the first year of that contract that led up to the $8 million in milestone busters, whatever, then he would get the automatic extra $8 million for the next season without even having to perform for it. Well, of course he still not perform, but he's getting that extra $8 million on top without having to worry about having to do milestones again. So then, of course, there is, like I said, I was going to the top running back rankings. When you look at the top 10 running back rankings, how does J.K. Dobbins fit into this list? For some reason, they got Cook at number 10. Like I said, it's Pro Football Cap. I don't know what they are smoking when it comes to the rankings, but they got Cook at 10. They got Eckler at 9. They got Pollard at 8. They got Aaron Jones from Green Bay at 7. Saquon at 6. They got Jonathan Taylor at number 5. Jacobs at 4. McCaffrey at 3. Henry at 2. And Chubb at 1.
Sidebar: there's a rumor. There's a rumor talking about Aaron Jones might get traded to Baltimore.
Ooh, okay. Now that would be wow.
Just throwing that up in there. This is just a toss. It's a
Now,
toss up.
if Aaron Jones comes to Baltimore, does that close the door on J.K. Dobbins?
J.K. If they trading for Aaron Jones, they trading J.K. They're not gonna keep him. That's
Yeah.
automatic. That's
I
automatic.
But I mean, why does Baltimore want to trade that capital when isn't Cook still sitting out there?
Cook is still sitting out there. You gonna bring in Cook and have J.K. Or you gonna trade J.K.?
I mean, you know how Baltimore is. They want to keep them picks. So if they keep them picks without having to trade for them, because I mean, our draft capital was terrible this year, and I know that they want to come back next year with more draft capital than they did this past season. Because you know Eric DeCosta loves those lottery tickets. That's what he calls them. Every one of those picks is a lottery ticket. So if he could pick up Cook and not have to trade for another player to fill that position, when we know that,
If you going all in, which I feel like that's what it seemed like thus far, that they going all in. If they going all in, you're not going. I would trade if you don't want. If JK don't want to be here because he wants the contract, you can trade JK and get Hunter.
We only have 3 minutes.
Cause he on the tail end of his contract and it's gonna be cheap. Right now you got another pass rusher, and then you can try to see if Cook want to come in, but Cook don't look like he want to come in. He won't go to Miami. So I mean that's the only thing I can see. But I don't. If JK want to be here, you need to fall in line for his position. Like do your number. PQ's what's the name is up. So why you not? Why is he not holding out? You know what I'm saying? Or holding in. You holding in. I don't know why you holding in right now. Like unless you're not healthy. Because I thought that was the reason. Maybe he wasn't healthy with his knee, or he wanted to make sure everything was good.
Kira, get out of here.
So I wasn't sure. You know what I mean? It's 1 to 2. You know.
Get out of my seat.
You gotta be expensive. I just don't understand. I don't see it any other way.
Yeah, and I feel like, I'm looking at this comment here from Delicious, and hang on. Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So yes, so looking at the comment from Delicious, let me talk about Cook though. I think so. Cook, it will probably put us in the same boat. We're looking at a guy who's explosive, but tends to have injuries. So paying for him versus paying for Dobbs, I mean, I wouldn't want to do that. But looking at the comment from Delicious, no disrespect to Jonathan, but I don't see how he's top 5. I mean,
he led the lead in rushing, so it's gonna happen. You lead the lead in rushing.
You gotta give him respect. Respect's due. This guy is a grinder. He's a hard worker. He just happened to be on a really terrible team.
Yeah, that's all.
Very, very trashy team.
All right, let's see. Brooks says Jameson did backtrack a little and say he may have received some bad info about JK holding out, but didn't say JJ say himself. I love Hensley. I think he's a good guy, but this is the second time that some stuff done came out. Like, remember he messed up with Judon, and Judon ended up going to the Patriots based off of that stuff there. I mean, it was an emotional decision, an emotional response, and I believe that has something to do with him going to the Patriots based off of some stuff that JK leaked to the media to make him look bad. So I'm hoping that's not the real deal when it came to Jameson. I'm hoping Jameson's trying to go on the straight and narrow, but you've seen how these reporters acted during the offseason. If they cannot get the proper response out of the player, they're going to make something up to see if they can get a rise out of that player. It happened multiple times with Lamar because they didn't know what was going on in his camp, so they kept taking shots in the dark, hoping that he would get itchy Twitter fingers, and he did. He came out of the boogeyman. Y'all called the boogeyman out. The boogeyman came out, and he tried to call everybody on their stuff, whatever. Then he went back in. But it was like, okay, they just kept doing that over and over again on every single network. Like, all right, what can we put out here to get a feeler to see how Lamar's going to respond? Yeah. His contracts, I get it. It's a private thing it's supposed to be a private thing between player and general manager. But it's not like that right now because you got so many people with their hands in the pot. And people going to get, and then, of course, there's the social media aspect because all we see is like, hey, we see a guy who's selfish, who's not going to come to the table to come play or something like that. And then there's another side of social media or even the fans or fan base, whatever, that is going to protect the player at all costs. There are people that jump on Twitter just to protect the player's stance. Even though they don't know what the player stance is. They just like, no, pay that man max dollar, forget the caps, forget logic, all that stuff. You give him his money. What's up?
I would say the Ravens actually need a running back with a stronger arm, because the defensive line and keep take out like and everything, and so you need a strong running back in general to even resist.
Okay, so we got a couple on the roster. So we got some guys. Gus, when healthy, like I said, he missed 2022 as well. Gus has over 2,500 yards right now, almost 2,600 yards, and he's got 5.2 yards per carry. Every time we see this guy touch the ball, take off like a racehorse. I don't know what's up with the Ravens organization when it comes to him sometimes, though, because I'm like, why don't you just get this guy more touches? Give him more and more touches because every time he seems like he touched the ball, he gone. And he take off like a racehorse. And then all of a sudden they take him out of the game. I'm like, yo, what happened? Like, put Gus back in. Get us do more consistency so we can see more explosiveness. And I honestly, I would like to see Gus respected as a number one running back for the Ravens. And if that means that Dobbins got to sit out to see that, I'd like to see it. I'll be honest with you. Like, JK, you go ahead and sit right there. We're going to go ahead and roll with Gus. We're going to go with Gus for the full season. You can do your holdout. We'll figure you out later. But let me see what Gus is. And if Gus is great, cool. But if Gus is not, then we got more reason to want to pay you. So it's a good thing if he holds out. It's a good thing if he don't.
We're going to see what happens when this month rolls in. I got to head out, brother.
I feel you. We are the same. We're going to roll out. Actually, I got some time. I might be able to just chill and watch some TV or something with my boy. It has been a fun night. Wednesday night, we're going to be at it. I'm going to have my homework done in time. We're going to knock this thing out. It's going to be a good show. Cameron, you got any final comments, son?
Subscribe.
It's simple and sweet. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And make sure you smack that bell so you know when it's going down.
Love y'all, man.
We love y'all. We falling off the couch for you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We get back to
y'all take care, man. Give me 2 claps. Fade to black.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.